And good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Archbishop Ryan Boys Basketball Network. It's happy hour on Friday, and we have high school basketball with your Archbishop Ryan Raiders hosting Rutgers Prep from Somerset, New Jersey. I'd like to offer a big welcome. This is Ted Westervelt, and thank you so much for tuning in. Settle in this afternoon for, like I said, happy hour, and make sure, if you can, text your friends and family and all of Ryan Raider Nation and send them the link and get a chance to watch this team. With me tonight, it's good to have you back, Coach Mark Heimerdinger. Hello, Coach.
Hey Teddy, how you doing? Thanks for having me again.
No, it's great to have someone. It's great to do this with somebody. Um, Archbishop Ryan, it's the last non-league game before the PCL starts. They sit at 4-4. Um, Coming off the Road Warriors, right? They went down the Gonzaga tournament, went 2-1, and went to a very prestigious tournament, City of Palms. Went 0-3. One game got away from them in two very close games, but back at home last night and then here today. Tell us a little bit about what your expectations are as we take today and move it into prep on the second.
Well, thanks, Ted. Especially when you travel and you have your team together for a week, besides playing great competition, it also allows for your players to really bond together and even become closer than they are already. So, two benefits to going away to a tournament like that, and as well as playing against some of the top teams in the country, which only prepares you even more so to get ready for the battles in the Catholic League.
And the expectations are high here on Academy Road when we start on Tuesday night. But today we'll have a good matchup with Rutgers Prep, a team from North Central Jersey, 3-1, known as the Argonauts. So it'll be fun to say. Coached by Matt Bloom, who's been the head coach there since 2017-18 season. So this team is actually going down to Widener tomorrow to play in the Jameer Nelson Classic where Ryan was yesterday. So it should be a pretty good matchup. A young team, a team that's 3-1 in the year, but they got some injuries, and we'll talk about that during the broadcast. One thing I wanted to, since we last met, we were here opening night, and one of the things that you and I had discussed was who's going to be the point guard. And it looks like a healthy Matt Johnson might get the nod, a sophomore. Talk about the importance of guard play.
Well, as we discussed last time, a lot of coaches, have things that you call combination guards now. I always had the benefit, especially being at Dockery, was blessed with very good point guard play. To me, having a point guard is an extension of the coach, and coach needs to get the point guard to kind of think along the same lines as he does during the course of the game. Now, when you turn the keys over to the kingdom, so to speak, to the sophomore, that job becomes very much more difficult because the coach has got to school him very quickly, especially for getting ready for the Catholic League.
So it's an opportunity for the young man. And last night he opened up. They played Friends Central last night, uh, and took care of business pretty handily last night, which was nice to see. Darren Williams, 5 for 9 from 3-point line. He really shot the lights out. He was aggressive from Jump Street. Had 30 points. Thomas Sorber, 15 points, 13 rebounds, 7 blocks. It's like a broken record. I mean, that's the kind of player he is. He was averaging 5 blocks going into last night, averaging 17 points. Darren Williams was averaging 21 points a game and then threw up a 30 spot last night. So those statistics, I can't do the averages now. We'll need Sister Alice. We got to get Sister Alice up here to do the computations when we go back to back. But Matt had his first start last night, and we'll see. And then Ryan Everett came off the bench and did a great job. Ryan's at number 5. Had 5 points, I believe, and 7 points and 5 assists. So it was nice to see Archbishop Ryan getting their feet under them.
Yeah, the last time I saw them play was December, I believe it was the 2nd, against Penn Charter. And their performance was pretty good, especially for starting out at the beginning of the year for a first game. The kid that played well that game was the freshman.
Samaj?
Yeah, Samaj. So I'll be curious to see whether or not he's continuing to play
Well,
at
I
the
can tell
level.
you, yeah, a little bit. So I think Samaj's a great addition to the lineup, and I think you're going to see him. He might not get a volume of minutes, but he's going to get key minutes. He's 6'3", but he's kind of slender, but he's still strong. He rips. He gets in people's faces. He gets his hand. He gets deflections. He does little things, and he can shoot a little bit. So he played with confidence down in DC. I think in Zog tournament. I thought he played very well. So yeah, I think you're going to see a lot of good things from him.
Well, not only was I, as you mentioned, not only was I impressed with his hustle, his defense, his going to the floor for loose balls, but he also shot the ball pretty well. So if he can bring all those elements to the team coming off the bench, that's really going to improve Coach Zaglinski's chance to have a lot of success.
Well, speaking of success, one of our Raiders, Thomas Sorber, as most of you all know, will be headed to Georgetown next year. But had a milestone down in Florida against Cannon on Thursday night. Cannon High School scored his 1,000th point in his career. As we look at the banner, we see Coach Zaglinski at the top of that. So telling us a lot of games left here. He's going to be marching up that list of names. And there's going to be a small presentation for Thomas before the game. And it's funny, I talked to Coach Zaglinski last night, and he said, "Get ready, you're going to have to make a ball for Daryl." Right? Or sorry, Darren. What I said, sorry for Darren, right? He's like, "So what are you talking about?" He's like, Darren's gonna hit 1,000. So maybe today he might even get his 1,000 point. Coach said he's about 23 points short.
Wow.
So just a few minutes before we get underway. And we're going to stay live, and our mics will be hot here.
There's some great names on that all-time scoring list, Ted. I tell you, you just look at them, and a few of those players I actually got to coach against, and they're all excellent players. And more importantly, they're fine kids. I can't stress enough the importance of being a quality person as well as being a quality basketball player.
Just a few seconds from getting started here, and you'll see the players getting ready for the national anthem. I don't think we do a prayer today, but we will stay live. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and we're turning it over to John McBride, today's announcer. Boys high school basketball, as the resident Argonauts of Rutgers Prep, take on your Archbishop Raiders. Before we get started with today's proceedings, a very special event occurred just past Christmas. The Archbishop Boys basketball program has a storied history filled with many tremendous team and individual achievements. Up until now, the Lions' last game, only 3 players, John Capella, Isaiah Waddington, and current head coach Joe Zaglinski, have ever scored 1,000 or more points in their playing career. That trend number has now risen to 4. It is both an honor and a pleasure to present to you the newest member of the Raiders' 1,000 Point Club, number 35, Senior Thomas Sorber. Thomas's family greeting him at midcourt, and it's funny what you saw there, Coach. Thomas is a humble kid, doesn't really, just real humble with the attention, but just a great moment in Archbishop Ryan basketball history. Congratulations to Thomas Sorber.
Congratulations, Thomas Sorber, on a tremendous achievement. As is befitting, ceremony for a contest in a Catholic school, we do ask everyone to please rise and join us in prayer. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Lord, we ask your guidance for all the participants in today's game, so they may give their best effort, represent their families and schools well, be safe from injury in today's game, and display the values which reflect back on your grace. This we ask of you through Christ our Lord. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. We ask that you are able to remain standing. Gentlemen, remove your hats. And veterans, we invite you to salute as you record the tales of the late, great Miss Whitney Houston, honor of the United States of America, with her rendition of our national anthem.
And we are getting ready for basketball this late afternoon, Friday before New Year's. Of course, we wish all of you a very happy, festive, and safe weekend. Turn it over to announcer John McBride for the starters. So the starters for Coach Matt Bloom and his Argonauts: Parker, Canton, Loomis, Taylor, and Central.
Stepping out forward and senior, wearing number 22, Jade Murray. And squad 7, and senior, wearing number 35, Thomas Sorber.
So your starters for the Raiders are Sorber, Williams, Maravito, Murray, and Johnson. Archbishop Ryan coming off a 71-56 victory last evening at Widener in the Jameer Nelson. Their appearance in the Jameer Nelson Classic, so they're going back to back, less than 24 hours. So we'll see if that has an effect.
Brought to you by Teddy Westervelt, assistant soccer coach with Archbishop Ryan and Mark Heimerdinger. Captain with coach legend and Ryan Bradley, class.
Coach, I think you need to give the crowd a wave. The guy does a great job. He's a really, really good announcer. Coach, I had a chance to speak to Coach Bloom before the game, and he just talked about how his team's kind of banged up. He's in the midst of his league play. And yet he's got this tough schedule coming up. Talk a little bit about that. It's a little bit of a challenge, huh?
Well, absolutely, it's a challenge, and you're now throwing your players on the floor that might be players 6 through 8, and you're forcing them into starting rotation. So, again, it's not something you want to happen as a coach, but it certainly gives you a barometer to figure out, what these players can contribute coming off the bench.
Ryan getting ready to take the floor. Officials for this afternoon's game: Nate Alcott, Liam Perrin, and Steve Ockenhouse will be the stewards of our game today. We're ready for some action here. Rocco Morabito. And we'll get a chance to see Matt Johnson. Guarded by the freshman Loomis. Murray. Thomas with position, and Thomas right away.
Nice offensive set there. And Sorber, great job hitting the player close to the basket for the dunk.
Keep your eye on number 1, Jacob Canton. He seems to be their go-to guy. He's a freshman, coach.
Number 1, freshman?
Yes.
Okay. We'll have to keep our eye out on him then. Both teams have opened up man, so get a chance to see some of Ryan's sets here early against the man-to-man.
Maravito. Williams off the screen. Pops. A little deep. Loomis with the rebound. He's going to push a little to Canton. Here comes Williams. Rebound and running to Johnson. Nice steal. Murray gets back and will take the foul.
Looks like both teams are not going to be afraid to push the ball a little, Teddy.
Jacob Canton is a 14.5 average points per game with 5 rebounds and 4 assists. That's number 1. At the line is Miles Parker. Parker averaging 15 on this young season so far. 5 rebounds. Makes 1 of 2. Johnson beats Loomis.
That's a nice decision by the freshman. There was nothing there and pulling it back out.
Thomas in some traffic there. Murray, Maravito, extra pass. Short. Rebound by Jaden Tayen. To Canton. Good pass. And the 3 won't go down for Century.
Let me correct that. Johnson's a sophomore, right, Ted?
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
Murray finds Sorber low. Sorber good position.
That offense is really executing at a high level here, Ted. Excellent ball movement, good timing, nice spacing. You know, one thing about offense, good offense is spacing, and spacing is good offense. Simple quote, but it's really true.
Parker to the left. Parker in the lane. Parker goes up. Rebound. Tayon, no.
Yeah, I think there were 2 shots there that were a little tentative when they saw 35 coming at him.
He has a tendency to do that. Darren Williams with the ball. Pressured by Canton. Williams splits. Williams finds Thomas. And a foul. That foul is on Jaden Tayon. Ryan will inbound the ball.
Interesting inbound set, spacing them out.
Oh,
look at this.
They lost. Oh, a block. Blocked by Canton. He's a real nice player.
Go up there.
Tables turn on Thomas. Let's see how he responds. Parker. Canton. Jacob Canton, a 6'2", freshman, lefty. Off the screen. Canton heavy off the back iron.
Yeah, so we had the high screen and roll again, and Sorber did not hedge on that, so we'll see how they're going to continue to play that.
That was one of the things you had talked about opening night about how we defend that.
Yeah, and I actually came into practice 2 days after that, and Coach Winsley was working extensively on it. So
from the dunker spot, Thomas Sorber on the feed from Marabito, 6th block.
Excellent pass, Kenny.
Team is loud.
Yes, it is.
Thomas with his first block.
Ryan's going to push it. Oh.
Very good handle.
Right now, Ryan's defense, to me, looks like it's making Rutgers prep very uncomfortable. You know, defensively, if you can force the team to change its tempo and get out of rhythm, that also plays heavily into being a good defensive team.
6-1 with 3:47 left in this first quarter on this Friday afternoon. Canton tries a floater off the backboard. No. Thomas tidies up the rebound.
Might have been up a little higher than he wanted
A
when
little
he
bit.
saw Sorber coming at him.
Oh, Darren, a little casual. Century makes him pay. Darren recovers. Drives. Tries to dish.
You know what I like about that loose ball, and I've seen it happen so much. When there's a loose ball, instead of picking it up, players kind of try to want to dribble it as they get it. I really like the fact that Darren picked the ball up before he tried to advance it up the floor.
Number 23, Krakowski, enters the game. Canton. He spins. Fires. Good. Jacob Canton.
Yeah. Nice composure, right? So he's a freshman, right? That's
Yep. Down low to Sorber, yep. Mary's going to take it for 3. No good. Can't get the rebound. Here comes Williams. Numbers 2-on-1. He's going to pull up. Good. Darren Williams. Smooth. 9-3.
That's from distance.
From Pizza City, Andrew Krakowski, 6'7", first-year player. Might not be the one they drew up from the side.
I doubt it. So they got Everett and Russell, right, at the table now, going to report in.
Number 5, Ryan Everett. Number 23, Brandon Russell. Going to check in. Looks like we got a full or a 30? 30. Just over 2 minutes left in this first quarter, 9-3. First thoughts, Coach?
Well, you know, it's interesting that Ryan seems to have some legs, as you said earlier, noting that they are playing less than 24 hours. the one benefit, if I can say, is that it wasn't a 2-point game or a 3-point game, or it doesn't seem that the score indicates it was a nail biter. So that's one benefit. It's always much tougher coming back the next day.
Yeah, they were up by 20, a little more than 20 at one point. Friend Central actually had a couple times where they had 2 possessions where they could have cut the lead single digits in the fourth quarter with some time left. But Ryan's defense just proved to be too much. It was just too much for them.
We'll close it out at that point. Okay, now let's see. They took
Matt
Johnson out, right? So let's see who's going to be handling the majority of the ball, handling responsibilities for Ryan at this point.
Murray also off the floor. Block again.
Yep.
That's his second block of the night. I think he got a piece of that. I'm going to give that to him. He's got 3 blocks.
He got a finger on that.
Russell with the ball. Brandon Russell, Jr. to Thomas Sorber. Sorber on the first-year player. He's going to pull up.
How about that?
Nine points for Sorber.
Very soft release from at least a foot behind the arc there.
He's going to be doing a lot more of that next year, I can tell you that.
I bet he is.
Kwiatkowski, long again. Whistle.
Yeah, I think he got banged a little hard on that basket there.
Rutgers Prep Argonauts playing a lot of young players. Number 23 is a first-year player. Number 1 is a first-year player. Number 11 is a first-year player. Miles Parker 0 is a junior. Williams, he's going to hit this. And he does.
That's really nice inbounds play by Coach.
Dynamic duo taking over in this first quarter. .45 seconds left. Jacob Canton to Loomis. Loomis drives, kicks. Good defense by
Excellent. They're doing a really nice job of helping out on defense.
Young Rocco Loomis goes up among the trees and draws the foul.
Yeah.
You can say it. You can say it.
He's going to the foul line.
Listen, nobody's paying attention. You can say anything you want.
Okay.
Just don't curse.
No cursing. The good news is I don't know any of these refs when I coach in the Catholic League, so there's no inbred hostility or prejudice.
Number 3, Donovan Pujera checks in. He's junior, number 3. And Loomis makes both. 15-5, 25 seconds left.
Okay.
Let's see what the Raiders do. Russell on the handoff.
They doubled the handoff there. That freed Rocco up.
Rocco Marabito. That's great to see.
And he moved to a great spot on the floor to receive the pass. So.
5 seconds left in the quarter. 2. Good defense. 0.8 seconds left. 18-5. Good start for the Raiders.
Yeah, the defensive intensity is good. Their offensive execution's been very good. So let's see if this can continue throughout the second quarter.
A little closer than thought. At the end of the first quarter, 18-5. Coach Mark, you were a little bit busy since the last we spoke. You were at the Marquardt Awards. Do me a favor while we're for the first quarter. Let's talk about the Marquardt Awards, what they are, and the Ryan connection.
All right. I could talk on this pretty long, so I'll try to go through the cliff notes on this. Marquardt is an organization that's been in existence in the Philadelphia League for 60 or 70 years now, doing luncheons where they honor, now at this point, they're honoring past players that have excelled in the Catholic League. December 14th, I was at the luncheon and had the pleasure of running into Ray Ott, who was acknowledged for his accomplishments here at Archbishop Ryan, and Nikki Brissetta. So good seeing the Marquardt Club continuing to honor basketball players. And just as you know, too, Coach Mike Palumbo was a recipient of a Markwood luncheon back in his heyday, which I believe was way back in the year 1982. So Markwood Club, great organization. Coach Zaglinski was recognized for his accomplishments when he was a player here at Archbishop Ryan. And it's a great opportunity for ex-players and ex-coaches like myself to get together and reminisce about high school basketball in Philadelphia.
Mark Award's been around for a long time.
Yes, it has.
All right, we're back. 18-5. Long distance. Miles Parker.
It's a good set coming out of the first quarter. And I'd be remiss too if I didn't acknowledge the fact I had two players there from back in the day, Lou Stevens, class of '84, and Chris Williams in '85 from Dockery. Both tremendous players and excellent kids. And now grown men.
Our video position, he finds Sorber. Thomas Sorber.
You know what was impressive about that is that Sorber was about 4 feet behind the arc, and as that play was transpiring, moved up and was able to catch the ball a good 4 or 5 inches behind the arc and really be in good position to nail the three.
12 points on the afternoon for Thomas Sorber and 3 blocks.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't know that he had that 3-point range after seeing him a couple times, but his range for 3-point looks natural and looks fluid.
All right, Everett, a little long. 1 minute into the second quarter, 21-8. Loomis with the ball. Stolen. Here goes Williams. Close by. Takes it and good. Darren Williams. Smooth at the left. Williams has 8 on the afternoon, and Samaj Stone getting ready to check in, Coach.
Okay, we actually see what he brings to the table at this point after that performance against Ben Charter.
Jaden Tayan. And 23, Andrew Ketkowski.
Tough shot. Very well contested by Rocco.
I like him. He doesn't mind shooting the ball. 23-10. Rocco finds Tommy. Darren. Ball. Nice rebound. Tayan to Loomis. Oh, he may have moved his feet there.
A little shuffle.
Williams with the rebound. Williams on the run. Williams to the dish. Locked. Sorber cleans it up. Reverse. Good. His 14th point. 25-10.
It's really a nice move with his offhand there, too, Clay. .39 left.
Krakowski. His second bucket of the quarter, 25-12. Argonauts hanging in.
As you said, they're missing some starters, but their execution. Wow, nice reverse there.
A nice dime by Everett. Sorber's having a day.
Anyway, back to Rutgers Prep. Their execution's been very good for kids that are young and playing in this type of environment.
Krakowski. It's Parker. Loomis. Guarded by Russell. Nice shot by Ryan.
Right.
Shows and goes. Sorber with another block.
That was a nice hedge by Thomas on that.
Oh, that's a great athletic play by Marabito.
Absolutely.
Good dish.
Wow. They're really playing well.
And they're having some fun. I tell you what, when this team shares the ball, it is fun.
They share it often, and a much needed timeout by Rutgers Prep here.
29-12 with 4:27 left in this first half.
So it'll be interesting now to see coming out of this whether or not he's going to do something, the coach from Rutgers Prep, whether he's going to do something with full court pressure here or try to do something, because Ryan's execution in the half-court man-to-man offense is flawless, as well as their ability to get out and run. So it'll be interesting to see what Rutgers Prep does at this point to see if they can change the flow of the game.
You think they're a little bit too quick on offense, and that's Rutgers prep
Too quick.
with shot selection and
Yes, yeah. But again, I think that's being dictated by Ryan's intensity on defense. I always try to tell my players, we've got the basketball, we dictate the tempo. The defense doesn't dictate the tempo. But right now, Archbishop Ryan's definitely dictating the tempo.
and with no shot clock, it would be
Right,
the less possessions Archbishop Ryan has.
Yes, as a general rule, if
Yeah.
you're the underdog, you don't want 85 possessions. You're very happy with 30 or 40. But I think that the big thing they're going to have to do also is see what they can generate anything defensively here.
Look at Jacob Canton. That's good.
Okay, he's really composed for a freshman, Ted. Looks like they're staying with their man-to-man here. So
On the floor for the Raiders, Russell, Everett, Williams, Sorber, and Samaj Stone checks in, and they get the turnover.
there you go.
29-14. Game can change like that.
Beautiful thing about basketball. My problem as a coach is sometimes you're not happy with the way it's changing.
Kretkowski checks out. Parker in for the Argonauts. Can't. He'll let him shoot from there. It's Canton and stolen. Williams, he's going to pull up. No good.
Nice decision by Darren there to pull up at that.
Everett almost with the putback. Open in the corner. Century. Short.
Yeah, see, that arm didn't seem to fully extend as he looked up and saw 35 there.
Williams. Everett. Good
Nice
kick.
penetration, good kick. That's a nice play.
And that's a real nice play by Everett to keep the ball
Absolutely.
alive.
Yes, sir.
Brandon Russell. That all started with Ryan Everett's hustle.
Absolutely.
Great finish in contact by the junior Brandon Russell.
Yeah, I like Russell. I'm really curious to see. I really think he's going to bring a lot to the table.
Have you seen him up close?
Yes.
He's a big kid.
He is a big kid. And for a big kid, he handles the ball very, very well. So I think there's people in here that would like to have that opportunity to be the point guard, so to speak. But, we'll see how it plans out.
And he makes the old-fashioned three.
I had a chance to talk to Brandon. I believe he's got, I don't know how it's possible, but like a 4.7. So
They like the floater there at Rutgers.
Oh.
Sorber with the rebound. 32-14, 2:45 left in this first half. Happy hour basketball. Williams.
Nice.
He's in double figures with 10.
Now, he's shown a little bit more than just being an outstanding shooter, too, Ted. So you get to the basket, finish around the basket, and find open people on the floor.
Thomas running. Thomas looking.
Oh,
good.
wow.
Samaj couldn't get it to go.
I don't know how he saw him.
And he blocks another. 5 blocks in this first half. Jaden Tang with the basket.
It's going to be a 30. Coach Zaglinski's
34.
time out here, settle things down a bit.
Thomas has quick feet.
Yes, he does.
Quick feet.
Yes, he does.
For him to get out there and get extended like that, like that's a really good basketball. I mean, that kid's not a bad player.
No, not at all.
Not at all. But when you have 5 blocks in the first half, and how many times in a possession does he change what
course of the shot?
The course of what they want to do.
Yep.
I'm just so excited to see that at the next level. Let's see what this translates to the next level.
Well, I know Georgetown's looking forward to having him in their program, so be great to follow his career.
You better hope you have a ticket or two. Me and Coach Haney, we have plans to go down there a few times. 2 minutes left in the half, 34-16, Ryan to lead. Matt Johnson back in the game.
Yeah, I was just going to comment on that. So that's one thing Coach Zaglinski wanted was.
Wow.
That's a nice cut off. That's a nice flex cut there. That's one thing he wanted to get stability back on the floor by bringing Johnson back in.
Minute 42 left, Ryan up 20. Thank you for tuning in. Marabito checks in, was going to give Sorber a little bit of rest. I have Thomas unofficially at 20 points, 5 blocks.
I had no idea he was around 20 points in this game, Ted.
The ball movement by Rutgers. That's way off.
I tell you, Parker ain't afraid to dial it up from as you refer to the pizza place.
Pizza City. Samaj Stone draws his first foul. He's going to send Krakowski to the line.
Well, I'd like to see on how many possessions now, Ted, that maybe Rutgers Prep rather looks to attack the basket while Thomas gets a rest.
(36-17). 18.
And here comes the full court pressure. 1-2-1-1, trapping the first pass. Nice job.
Samaj. Here comes Canton.
Don't know if he had to settle for that shot, Ted.
Loomis, good. Rocco Loomis, first-year player.
Oh.
There. Canton.
Down to 13. Yeah, beat that timeout, Coach.
(36-23). Minute 2 left.
That's a 30.
Yep, good timeout.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see if he makes any personnel decisions.
Absolutely.
Yeah, credit to the Argonauts for.
Yeah, I mean, I thought at some point they were going to have to extend their pressure. I might have done it sooner, but it's gotten them to within 13 under a minute. So, from their perspective, if they can get this game down to 10 going into the half, they got to be thrilled. On the other hand, Ryan's hoping to get that back up to 15, 18 points before the half. So, again, interesting to see how this will play out, Ted.
Looking like we're seeing a preview of what we might see during the PCL in terms of rotation and combinations.
Yep.
Sorber back on with Murray, Marabito, Johnson, and inbounding the ball, Darren Williams. Williams. Looks like they get over the timeline. 50 seconds left. Pressure. Matt to Jaden. Williams. I thought that was going up.
Yeah, it might have. He didn't lose his footing.
Wow, tough foul for the Argonauts there. Murray drove, but he was out of control behind the basket.
Yeah, I don't know what. I don't think he could get a reasonable shot at the basket. And I didn't see anybody that could pass the ball to. So, hopefully they didn't capitalize on that.
That's Andrew Krakowski's second foul, the 6'7" first-year player. Murray makes the first. Murray had a nice day last night as well. 14 points in the field.
So when Ryan's breaking the pressure, Ted, what they're doing is they have their two guys going to the ball side and the opposite side, and then Darren flashes into the middle after the ball's inbounded to one side or the other. We'll have to see how that works out for them.
Argonauts will maintain possession. 34 seconds left. 38 23.
A little 1-3-1 here, Ted. Changing their defense up for the last 32 seconds.
Canton plays catch with Parker.
Now, they're really not looking to trap out front out of this.
18 seconds left. Loomis. Marabito out to Williams. Williams running.
Oh, that was a nice shake there,
Yeah,
brother.
it was.
Good.
6 seconds. 5. Foul off the ball.
No, I think they called for a reach.
Call for a reach?
Yeah. So again, now Ryan's inbounds plays are really good. They're going to get a shot. They should get a shot out of this set.
4.7 seconds left. Marabito, no. Sorber. And that'll do it for the first half. Archbishop Ryan 38. Rutgers Prep Argonauts 23.
Okay, so Ryan did get it back up to 15, Ted. Just a couple rough stretches there against the pressure. So we'll see, first of all, if Rutgers tries to continue that kind of pressure, and two, what kind of adjustments Ryan makes so they don't run into that rough patch again.
I want to thank our cameraman, EJ, from our junior varsity squad. Good player. He's going to be a good player.
All right. What year is he in?
I think he's a sophomore. Not sure, but he did the camera with us last night. So, Coach, tell us a little bit about your holiday. How was the holiday?
Nice. You know, again, all the years that you coach as you know, Coach Zaglinski and anyone coaching high school basketball, your holiday season's really chopped up between practice, going to tournaments, or if you're away from tournament, you don't get much chance to see the family. So had a great opportunity to spend some time with my family and just relax and enjoy the holiday spirit.
Now, the one thing you and I talked about was you've been catching up, starting to watch some TV shows, and you told me that The Sopranos was one that you.
When was that actually out? Because
I'm going to say it's so 2002.
Oh, okay.
That's okay.
I was only 20 years behind.
That's right. So I'm asking you, did you pick up anything else? You have a Coach Heimerdinger's Netflix list.
Breaking Bad was an excellent show. I got to think all.
You know what? Listen, now. You may look a little bit like.
I've been told that.
I know it's good.
Also found a lot of humor in Shameless, to be honest with you.
Shameless.
I don't know if I should say that.
Don't say that. No. Okay. That's good work by you.
I'm trying to diversify my viewing now that I'm not on the court every day.
I'm impressed. So listen, talk a little bit about your experience, like missing holidays, or like in Coach Zaglinski's case and this group, they were in Florida right before. It was pretty hectic. They went from DC. They come back DC after the weekend. Then a couple days of classes in school, and then they're flying out to City of Palms. It's kind of hectic.
Yeah, it is. You know, and again, it's an opportunity that a lot of kids that go to high school don't have as well, and those kinds of things will continue on for those players that are playing at the collegiate level, regardless of what division. And Coach Zaglinski and all high school coaches, as long as they do it, that's just a given thing you're going to do over the holidays, and hopefully your family's supportive enough and understanding that that's what you want to do. But still a great experience for these kids to go through that from players 1 through 15.
And here we're at halftime with Coach Mark Heimerdinger, and thank you so much for tuning in. And if you can, please make sure that you share the link to the Archbishop Ryan YouTube page, and make sure let people know that we're on air. We're next going to be on air. We have permission to go down to St. Joe Prep and do the game at Prep on the 2nd at 7 o'clock. Are you going to be able? Are you?
Not sure yet. I gotta check some things here.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Okay. I'll tell you one thing too that I'm able to do now in January and February. Honestly, besides having the pleasure of hanging with you and talking about basketball at Archbishop Ryan, is I've got several former players that are coaching at the high school and collegiate level now. So over the months of January and February, I'm out a lot because I'm watching some of my former players
That's
coach.
fantastic.
Yeah, and it's just great because as a former coach, you really have the empathy for what they're going through and the pain they're feeling, as well as some of the joys. Not coaching's not all pain, but there's certain things in the course of a game that
Right.
make you want to get very very upset,
Yeah.
and as well as good things. But it's nice watching them experience that, as well as some former players who have kids that are playing at the high
It's
school
always
level
fun.
now.
Right.
So I get a chance to go out and experience
Do
that.
any of those former players that are coaching just need a sounding board and just kind of download some stuff?
I never offer an opinion unless it's asked. So, in the course of my experience with dealing with my former coaches, at the end of some games, they'll ask me my opinion and I will give it. Other than that, I'm just glad to support them as they hopefully make a positive influence on some young people's lives while they're coaching.
Mention specifically some of the young coaches in the Mark Heimerdinger coaching tree. Actually, you can even start with your coaching tree. Who was your mentor? Who?
I started out at Archbishop Wood in 1976 with a gentleman named Billy McFadden, who played at St. Joe's College back in the day in '64. Name people may not remember when Dr. Jack Ramsey was there, who then went on to coach at the pro level. Um, and coming out of high school, a good friend of mine, Joe Setti, was on Billy's staff, and he was the freshman coach the previous year. And Joe knew that I always wanted to coach. My roots started at Lackman Playground as an alleged player, but more importantly, in terms of wanting to coach. And
the rough and tumble Lackman Playground.
Joe knew that I wanted to coach, and they offered me the freshman position,
Right.
and I accepted it. And talking about traveling, at that point in time, I was teaching in 1976 at Ascension Grade School in Kensington, and I was schlepping up from Kensington to Warminster.
You
every
taught at
day.
the Ascension? My father went to the Ascension.
Story Parish.
Yeah, absolutely.
Story Parish.
My dad used to tell a story, not to get off track, but my dad used to tell the story about Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth, that's how my father's passed, but Babe Ruth came to the Ascension when he was doing a barnstorming thing.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
You know what? I was only there a year, but I heard a lot of stories,
Yeah,
but I never heard that one.
But I went off on a tangent, but you were going to talk about some of the coaches that are in your.
Mike McDonald played for me. He's the head coach at Archbishop Wood Girls now. Their program is excellent. Mark Seidenberg coaches at Wilson College, which is out in Chambersburg, but they come into Bryn Athyn every year, which is right around the corner, so I get to see him. Kyle Sample coaches at Cristo Rey. His program is really developing. He's in his second year there. Great job of teaching and instructing his kids there. Justin Minner's an assistant coach at Germantown Friends, and Vinnie Simpson, who played for me also, is the girls at Friends Select. And all these guys, I go to their games, and I tell you, to watch the way they coach and the way their teams play at a high level, I think it's also reflective of some of the coaches that they had at the collegiate level, because they've brought a lot of different philosophies, and their teams are a pleasure to watch play.
It's just a nice tribute. It's nice to be able to have these guys go and pay it forward and be coaches. And coaches just don't do X and O's.
No,
it's not just X and O's on the court, try out, blow a whistle, roll some balls out. There's so much more.
Yeah, I mean, not even from trying to help them choose the correct college to go to, but sometimes these kids have some difficult neighborhoods that they're living in and difficult family situations, and you're there as a springboard to try to help them through some of the rough times.
Listen, sometimes you're the most stable person in these young people's lives at that young stage.
And in my case, that was very scary for my players if I was the most stable person in their life.
Just about ready to get started in the second half. 38-23, Ryan.
Yeah, and just to finish on that thought, Ted, when you start coaching, you don't think about what your experience is going to be over how many years you do it, but when you get a chance to see the kids that you coach become young men, and not only become successful basketball coach. I mentioned Lou Stevens
Right.
Earlier in our conversation. I mean, he's a lawyer now. Chris Williams, I mentioned him too. He does Manhattan games. He's written books. He's a motivational speaker. So you just see all these kids now that are men that have become successful people, and it's really something you never really think about when you start coaching.
That's great stuff.
Yeah.
Just about ready to get going here for the second half, and after today, it's the real deal. It's the PCL.
There you go. So again, getting back to the game, going to be interesting to see whether or not Coach here continues to use the pressure to see if he can cause some more havoc on Ryan's part. And for the Ryan guards, it's going to just be a test of what they're going to face in the PCL. So hopefully they can step their game up and accept the challenge of the pressure they're facing.
I have Thomas Sorber unofficial at 20 points. Darren Williams unofficial, also in double figures, 10. Rocco Morabito with a 3. Jaden Murray with 2 free throws. Brandon Russell with a 3 as well. Round out the scoring for the Raiders, and freshman Matt Jackson. Sorber. Ryan begins this half as they started. Good pressure.
That's a nice double team
by the Argonauts. Oh, Rocco.
Good decision there with that baseline move.
I think it's safe to say, Coach, that they would love to see Rocco do more of that.
Yeah, the 2 games I've seen, he hasn't really been that involved in scoring the ball, but he still contributes in other areas of the game.
Jacob Canton takes it to the hole against the trees.
Somehow got it over them.
Ball goes out of bounds, and Argonauts team possession. Oh, Thomas Sorber with his 6th block on number 23, Andrew Petkowski. 6. That's Murray's 3rd foul. 3 opportunity.
Oh, a little pushing it back by
on the floor.
There, yeah.
Let's see what happens here. The possession will stay with Rutgers Prep.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, a lot of whistles here in the first minute. That's on Rocco Morabito, his 2nd.
That's the 3rd time they just tried to run that set where they were lobbing. Ryan shut it down that time, forcing him to go outside to get the ball.
Century. Andrew Petkowski. Spin by Parker, short on the layup. Sorber with the rebound. He's going to take it up the court. Johnson, will he shoot? No, he dishes.
Good decision.
Williams shows.
Good decision. I love basketball plays like that, Dave. Unselfish, smart. Get the ball to your best shooter.
Like that. Thomas Sorber having an afternoon. A little shake and shot. 42-23.
Very active, close to the basket early on, and he's stepped out to hit some shots. That's an altered shot.
Yes, it is. Put back by Jaden Tayen. He has 4. 42-25. Darren Williams. Mary finds Rocco. Rocco, take it. Nope. Sorber. A little long. Quick shot by Rutgers Prep. Rebound outlet to Williams. A little shake to the left. And good. Darren Williams with his first bucket of the half.
Again, showing more than just being able to shoot the ball, getting to the hoop, and finishing around the basket.
It's a nice jumper from Andrew Kretkowski. That's a three. 44-28.
Is that their third, Ted, or you? I don't know. You're keeping all the stats. I just sit here and talk.
I'm not keeping all the stats. 5:26 left in this. Still early in the third. Still a ball game.
Yeah, they're hanging around.
Do you have any plans for what's New Year's like for you?
New Year's, I don't go out. There's too many people out there that I don't want to be anywhere near. So we kind of just family up around the house and hang out. How about you?
Bang pots and pans, as they used to do.
My wife's from South Philly. She does that. How about yourself?
I think me and the missus are going to lay low, maybe go get an early dinner.
Nice.
You like to go to just go to Chickies and Pete's like a late afternoon early, and then
on the boulevard?
On the boulevard, and try to stay awake for midnight. And
get home before people that are on the road that shouldn't be.
We wish everyone in our audience a very safe and happy New Year. Ryan with the ball. Sorber gets a chance to face the basket. And a block. Not a continuation.
Yeah.
What do you call it?
I don't know what he called. I know he called a block. Called it before. Yeah, he called it before.
He called it before.
Yeah.
44-28. There you go. Thomas Sorber.
Ryan runs great sets under their own basket. That's execution and it's just excellent.
Is that little detail? Those are little details that make a good team great.
Absolutely. And it's especially good too if your offense isn't gelling. So if your offense is gelling, it's still a nice weapon to have. But if it isn't, it's nice to be able to call something where you can secure some points. Oh, yep.
That's going to go. That's Jaden Tayon. That's his 6th point. Here comes Matt Johnson. Finds Rocco. Ball, good hustle by Rocco. The ball's going to stay with Ryan.
Absolutely. Too many times kids miss shots and they put their head down. Instead of that, he followed it up and secured another possession for the Raiders.
I have Thomas Sorber with 25 points.
Wow.
Johnson finds himself alone. Misses the little float. Tayon with the rebound. Loomis. Parker to the left.
Oh, yeah.
Rocco got there a little late.
Yeah, a little late. It's a good call.
And that's 3 for Rocco and Ryan Everett.
Yeah.
We'll check in. (47-34-27). Still a lot of time left in this game.
Oh, there's that play again.
Yeah.
Oh, missed him.
Loomis with the floater, the South Philly floater.
He got it. Okay, so we're halfway through, and Rutgers Prep has not made up any point differential. They're still down 15 with 4 to go in this third quarter.
Good look by Everett. Thomas gets his own rebound. I thought Everett put Sorber in a position to score there.
Yeah, he sure did.
Thomas made it a little bit more difficult than it needed to be. Yeah, we got away with one. And broadcaster Jinx. That's Jaden Towns' 3rd bucket of the 3rd quarter. Russell, short.
Ooh.
Loomis.
Nice vision.
Good position by Kretkowski. 47-36.
All of a sudden, it's 11, as you said earlier. strange.
And Joe Zabinski's going to talk about it. Good.
Absolutely.
Are you not seeing you playing loose?
Yeah,
Confident that they're at the,
yeah, for young kids, they're doing all right. 43 seconds ago, I was talking about a 17-point game, and now all of a sudden it's an 11-point game. So they keep chipping away, and then we're going to have to see how Ryan handles it now, because the momentum is slightly changing. Even though they're down 11, they got to feel good about the little run they just had.
Ryan coming off a victory yesterday evening. They were in the late 8:15 game down in Widener.
It's a long ride.
Winning 71-56 over Friends Central. And it was a tight ball game. It wasn't the same as tight. It was a ball game into the last few minutes of the fourth quarter. So maybe legs catching you just a little bit of legs. Let's see. Oh! Blocked by Parker on Sorber.
And that was a nice set coming out of the timeout on the side. And that is a coach you really was frustrated with, because that should have been 2 points for your team.
Let's see what Ryan does. They go to Williams.
It's a nice play. He set a screen and then came off Sorber's
Thomas
screen.
Sorber!
He got smacked on that play, Tex.
That's his 27th point. Thomas Sorber having a fantastic afternoon.
Very active offensively and defensively.
Real active. And makes the free throw. He struggled last night from the line, Coach.
Yeah, I know we talked earlier in the year. I think he was shooting 64% last year, and we talked about trying to get that number closer to 70%. So
2 for 2 tonight from the line. Jacob Candy's been quiet. Parker step back. Parker three. No. Sorber with a rebound.
Good out.
Williams.
Good outlet.
Good body control. Darren, no. Jaden Murray. Good hustle.
Yeah.
And they caught the big guy getting aggressive. It'll be a foul number 35. It's only his first. Thomas had got caught in a lot of foul trouble in both tournaments.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that.
And had to play through it. And when he's in foul trouble, it's going to be tough for him. Right, but tonight discipline, only his first foul. 2:25 left, 50-36. Still a ball game.
I don't think they got the luxury of keeping him on the bench for long periods of time, so he's going to have to learn how to play.
Everett and Williams.
Nice double there.
Yep.
Nice double.
Loomis from downtown.
Oh, baby. I tell you, Rutgers from a couple feet past that arc.
Loomis, he shot that from Rita's water ice. Should have got me a lemon medium. Brandon Russell finds himself all alone, and then, Jaden Tang? Did they get number 12 Tang with the food? He went down hard.
You know what? I was looking at the basket. I don't know what he hit. Okay. I just thought maybe he hit his head into the bleacher, but apparently not. It seems to be a little bit of a leg issue.
So, Brandon Russell, a little ginger here at the line. 50-39. Looks like he's favoring his right leg.
Yeah. Yep.
Or hip.
I don't know if he bends his legs more normally, but he really didn't bend his legs that far on that free.
I agree with you. That's his fourth point of the night. Jaden Murray checks out. Matt Johnson checks in. On the floor for the Raiders, Russell at the line, Darren Williams, Matt Johnson, Thomas Sorber, Ryan Everett. And, they're going to get him off.
Take a look at that.
Rocco Marvito checks back in. 52-39.
Yeah, trainer scooting down the end of the bench. We're going to see. They're back in that 1-3-1 now, Ted.
Minute 43 left. Jacob Canton directing traffic, finds.
Oh, that's a help pass.
Finds number 20. That was a great pass. Finds number 23, Petkowski. He can't finish the reverse. Johnson.
Sorber could have been caught there, but he stuck that leg out a little bit.
Looks like they didn't execute that screen like they should.
No, they didn't.
Rocco to Matt. Back to Rocco. Minute 6 set. Rocco. Back pass to Everett. Everett spins. Everett gives it away. Steal by Andrew Petkowski. Loomis a little out of control. Petkowski. Sendry. And an air ball by Jacob Canton. Young man got a little bit, he's been a little bit quiet in the second half.
He's logged a lot of minutes too, so the legs might be a little bit fatigued at this point.
Let's see what Rutgers Prep does here defensively.
They're still man-to-man, but they're just up the pressure there.
Johnson to Thomas Sorber, back to Johnson.
Nice,
Johnson.
Nice
and in the dunker spot is Thomas Sorber.
Good vision by the sophomore.
54-39. You can see that play happen.
Yep.
10 seconds left. 9, 8, 7, 6.
Throw that up.
Throw that up with 5 seconds. There's still a chance. Everett heaves it.
Yeah, the one thing against the 1-3-1 in particular, Ted, is one of the best ways of beating is by throwing skip passes, which means that if you got the ball up top on the left, you're throwing it to the right corner, or if you're in the left corner, you throw it out to the right top of the key or arc area, because it forces the zone to make 2 shifts in 1 pass. So Rutgers hasn't done a real good job of doing that, and that's why a lot of those shots have been contested.
It's been an entertaining game this afternoon.
Yeah, and again, I don't know what the players are that aren't normally in the rotation, but the young kids from Rutgers Prep are definitely getting a great experience of playing a very good basketball team and showing the coach what they can do.
Got a chance to talk to the coach before the game, Coach Matt Boone. Really good story, and there's an article written in cityofbasketballlove.com. It was a feature of him he did on him back in August. Went to the University of Pennsylvania. He wasn't a basketball player, but had a passion for the game. And worked under Fran Dunphy. He graduated, went to law school, didn't like it. Dunphy had offered him the director of basketball operations. He was direct, and he worked in the law field for 2 years and went back. And worked for Dunphy as director of basketball operations for the University of Pennsylvania.
Did not know that.
Found his way to Rutgers. Through perseverance. It's a really good read. Cityofbasketballlove.com. Really good. They do a great job of covering basketball in this area, and they actually did a nice piece on Coach. Nice
That's a rare miss for Larry, especially with left side of the basket.
And another block.
Well, it's not hard to see how Rutgers Prep is now, with the way they're coaching the team. I had experience working for Coach Duncan, one of the all-time great coaches.
Ryan up 15, out to Everett.
Good spot up.
Oh, won't go down for Everett. Here comes Rutgers Prep.
Hey, Ryan staying in the 1-3-1 here, Ted.
Yep. Walker for 3, and that's good.
I think Rocco took a little too big of a drop on the wing and couldn't recover. In fact, he had to get that back shot.
Walker with his 7-point, and
got
numbers, and here they go. And they missed the bunny.
Wow. That's a big miss for them.
Big miss. That would have cut the lead to 10.
Yes, sir. Look at this.
Sorber with position.
Great seal.
Wow.
Great seal. Nice recognition, too, to get him the ball.
I have 32 unofficial for Thomas. 7 blocks.
And he scored. He scored from 3 feet. He scored from behind the arc. So he's really showing a lot of talent here. Nice anticipation by him.
Goes Everett.
Yeah, that's good.
They get the travel before the foul. 14-point lead for the Raiders. Loomis is going to check back in for Sentry, Nicholas Sentry.
Ryan's going back to their man here, Dan.
Donovan Jay checks in. Oh, they leave him open for 3.
A little confusion as to who we were guarding there between Darren and Rocco. So got to get that straightened out by the next possession.
It's his second consecutive 3. Don't leave Parker, Junior Miles Parker, open for 3. Everett. Sorber. Foul early.
Great first step.
Thomas discussing the intricacies of his offensive game with his counterpart. It's an 11-point game here. That's the 4th foul on Andrew Kretkowski. They're going to keep him in the ballgame with 5:50 left. Sorber spins. Sorber to the hoop. Up under good.
He finishes well with both hands around the basket.
Maybe step, no. Rebound, Williams, and he's running. Rocco.
A little late with that pass, but Sorber picks it up again. A little lucky on that one, Ted.
36 points for Thomas Sorber. And on an afternoon where we celebrated his 1,000th point, he may put up 1,000 tonight.
Gonna move up that banner.
Yes, he is. He says, "Hey, coach, here I come." Jacob Kent a little out of control.
Very out of control.
Williams, nice hesitation. Darren Williams.
Back up to 17.
And 14 points for Darren. It's been an entertaining game here today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Double team.
Yeah, they blitzed that screen.
Loomis, no. Sorber, rebound.
Nice job recovering by Thomas.
Rocco. That's a nice 3 by Rocco. Good decision. And all of a sudden, that lead goes up to 20. I think it's one of the things, Coach. They can score points pretty quick.
Yes, they can. They definitely can score points in a hurry.
Even though he's a judge guy, that's a good friend. That's one of my ex-players from my soccer club days, and his dad, Mike Jackson, and Mike Jackson checking out Ryan basketball. Jackson.
You're not getting me caught up in that conversation. So.
Jackson family, they were a big Parker family. I think they had 30 brothers and sisters living in a row. I don't know how many it was, but there's a lot.
I know when I taught here, there was a couple Jacksons.
Yeah, there's always Jackson. But I had the opportunity to coach Michael in soccer, and I didn't recognize him right away, but he was sitting a few feet from the broadcast booth, checking in New Year's weekend basketball here in the South Gym.
Well, like you said, we got to encourage the alumni to come out here, especially during the season, to come out here and have a cheap night out and see some pretty good high school teams play at Ryan's Gym.
20-point lead for the Raiders. And was that what they drew up in that?
I don't think so, but sometimes you draw stuff up and the players don't exactly execute what it is you wanted.
It just goes away. Sorber.
It's been known to happen.
Directing some traffic. Gives some space to Everett. Long. Here comes Canton. Andrew Kretkowski.
Nice pass.
I'm averaging.
I have Kretkowski at 14 points on tonight. Johnson and Loomis.
Yeah, too much dribble here.
Oh, good dish. And a block.
Ooh.
Bucket is good. Thomas get up.
Yeah, he's out.
Thomas gets up.
You know, it's interesting. The only time that Rutgers Prep chose to press was towards the end of the first half when Sorber wasn't on the floor. But I have not seen them do any type of zone press or trap since Thomas has been on the floor. I don't know if that's by design or luck or whatever, but down 20 with 3 left. Got to try something here.
$67-47. I have Thomas unofficial at 40.
Wow.
This begs the question. I think if I had Billy Stats Zeitz up here, I'd have to ask him, what is the single game scoring record for boys at Archbishop Ryan? I think 40
question.
points has to be
Great question.
top 10, right? Do you think?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's in the mix.
How about 41?
Still 3 minutes and 30 seconds left, too. So, yeah, that's a great question. I don't know the answer to that.
Loomis fires. Loomis.
I think he ain't bashful.
Nope.
And still man pressure. I don't see any traps or doubles coming up here. So
Screen by Sorber. Oh, Margarita got caught in a bad spot.
Yeah.
I think he wanted to look for Thomas there.
Yeah.
You know, why don't we fill the stat sheet, right?
Well, Thomas, yeah, maybe Thomas should have made a cut to the basket. Might have made that pass a little easier.
Little ginger there walking.
Yeah, he is.
A little tweak, little. 3 minutes and 6 seconds left. 68-50. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Couldn't quite make that out, but it sounded to me like that put him as the highest amount of points in one game. Is that
what he said? I couldn't tell.
I
Couldn't hear.
about the record book, so you have to talk to your stat man here.
Well,
and
I tell you what,
get an info on that.
I might send a request in the suggestion box to the executive producer and our fearless leader, Mr. Joe Sanzanetti. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas to you. For media guide.
There you are.
We need a media guide, and then he's going to say, "Can you do it for me?" I don't want to do it. Mr. Sanzanetti and course principal McFadden, executive producers of our broadcast, and we thank you so much for this opportunity. Oh.
40. Okay, say 41 points.
They just bang into each other.
I think they just got tangled up.
It's going to foul on somebody.
So they're calling the foul on Darren?
Yeah, that's what they're calling.
It's only his first?
Yes.
So 18-point lead, 3 minutes left on the floor for the Raiders.
It's crazy. Ryan
Russell's in for Marabito. Otherwise, it has to be started.
After winning last night's game, they're coming home. Well, that's not too far of a ride. Ryan is probably
3 minutes till
from
we can start thinking about the PCL.
Yeah, he was looking for a double when he
was.
Yeah.
Oh, he got a piece of that too. That's 8.
Nice recovery.
Darren waits for the. Oh, he fires from long distance. Darren Williams, I could have reached out and touched him.
Or maybe got your lemon water ice. Okay, they're blitzing that. There we go.
Century, good. Nicholas Century. 71-53.
All right, now coach is choosing to press now.
Did he wait too long?
If you're asking me if I was in that situation, I would have pressed earlier. But
that's what I'm asking.
No, well, to me, he waited too long. But he's down there and I'm up here, so.
Jacob Canton spins.
I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I
Parker.
did. We're doing more live streams this new year. So,
Jacob Tayon. Loomis cuts. Loomis finds Tayon.
You get a piece
No
of that?
good. I think he got a piece of that too. If he gets one more block, he's got to be close to a triple-double. Williams.
wait a minute, Thomas Forver.
Yeah, that was right down the
35. He's a beast.
Minute 28 left. And that's good.
There you go.
Miles Parker with 3 threes here. 71-56, minute 15. Russell.
Nice play
Murray.
by Russell.
No finish.
Nice play, no
Thomas.
shot clock.
43 points.
43
I have
points.
unofficial 9
Thomas
blocks.
Forver.
We don't keep rebounds, but he seemed to pick up a ton of rebounds, especially in the first half.
Absolutely.
He's got to be close to a triple-double. Got to be.
Yes, you're right, Dad. He
Great
does.
performance by
Does have
Thomas
to be up.
Sorber. If you had any questions about his ability, nope. And doing it on a day where he was celebrated for scoring his 1,000th point in the program. Chasing Joe Zaglinski. What's that say on that banner? Is that Coach Zig has? Is he about 1,300 points?
That's 1,300 on the nose.
I can't read that from here. Your eyes are.
No, that's because I got my glasses
Okay.
on. Without them, I wouldn't even see the banner.
Listen, so what has he got left? He's got how many regular season PCL games, right?
Well,
He's got a chance.
They play now 15.
Yeah, do they? 14? And then playoffs?
Yeah, well,
And playoffs in states?
Yeah. Yeah, he might knock on that door.
He might knock on that door, is right. Got a rebound there. Rocco. Rocco waited and drives. And Rocco scores.
Yeah.
He's in double figures.
Yep. That should about do it at this point.
40 seconds left. Sorber with another rebound. To Williams. Darren. Russell.
Shoot. No,
25 seconds left. Ryan pulls it out. Looks like they're just going to hang out here. 75-56. A great way to go into PCL season.
Absolutely.
Coach Mark, it's been a pleasure. Hopefully we can get to
Absolutely, man.
get to go down to St. Joe Prep. You're going to let me know?
I will let you know.
And I'd like to say thank you and Happy New Year to all of our fans, all of you who have been supporting this live stream and supporting this team. Archbishop Ryan, 75. Rutgers Prep, 56. Stick with me, though, Coach. Just give an overall impressions, what you thought. If you could take some of the stuff here, what are some of the good things that you saw that you can take into the PCL?
Well, again, I thought their defense, their